Hi, I'm Jeremy Franklin, Artistic Director for the new Mesa Repertory Theatre. And as you can see, we are in full production for the inaugural season, which begins in just under 2 weeks. We just finished our second week of rehearsal with two wonderful casts made up of current CMU students as well as recent and not so recent alumni of the Department of Theater Arts. At the beginning of rehearsal a few weeks back, I took a moment to sit down and interview Lee Borden and Peter Goldthwaite, two alumni who are starring in the FANTASTICKS, who remember the original summer theater program. We talked about working with Bill Robinson, we talked about the training they received at that time, and also their excitement about being a part of the return of summer theater. Here are a few clips from that interview. When you were here, what did you study?
I majored in music theater and mass comm.
And who was head of the department at that time?
Bill Robinson, William S. Robinson.
My degree is actually known as Bachelor of Arts in Visual and Performing Arts.
Okay, great.
That's what they called it back then.
Wonderful. And who was your head professor at that point?
Head professor and also head of the department at that time was William S. Robinson.
Of course.
The theater is named for.
That's right.
I got to appear on stage with Bill Robinson. We did a show called Lovers and Other Strangers, which was little vignettes, and we had a guest artist named Susan Jones Steffen in from New York, who was a friend of Bill Robinson's, and they played my mother and father, and so I got to act with Bill, and Bill didn't do a lot of acting here, but that was one of my most treasured moments, is getting yelled at on stage by Bill Robinson. First summer theater show was in 1981, probably twice as long ago as most of the cast has been alive. And I think the first show I did in summer theater was called Bullshot Drummond, which was there's a Bulldog Drummond series of books in England, and this was a spoof, an American spoof of a British mystery book, and it's just crazy. And so I did that summer, and then the next 2 or 3 or 4, and then I was also part of summer theater off and on up until I think 1988, where they would have me come back and do guest artist things.
I actually, all 4 years that I was in college, I was a member of summer theater, and I was actually invited back after I had graduated to do one role in summer theater, and I just had the most wonderful time those 4 years. I loved it. I'm so happy to see it back now, and I think the community is too. I hear about it all the time, actually.
And the one thing about summer theater that was so great is that at that time we would do 5 shows during the summer, and during one period of time we did it in rep, so we would open a show and the next night open another show, just like the current new rep program. But then for a while we'd also do 1 week of a show, another week of a show, another week of a show. And so we all got to play everything from leads to tiny parts back and forth, and I can't honestly remember everything I played during those times.
I got more knowledge out of doing, than any lecturing that I listened to, any notes. Perhaps I was not the best student in the world, but the actual doing of summer theater, for me personally, gave me a love and a knowledge of the craft of acting that I don't think I would have gotten just in the academic setting. And I think that although I believe the program has changed now in the academics, that the students have a lot more focus on a future career and being prepared for that, I still think there's nothing like just getting out there and doing it, and especially doing it in a short period of time that is going to be more like what you may experience in the real world.
I think the thing that excites me the most is not just that I'm involved, but that it's happening again at all. It was such a fantastic learning experience for me as a young person in theater to do such intense work on productions for a fairly short period of time and slam out shows. I think I probably learned more in those summers doing summer theater, just the workings of theater every single day, than I did during my whole time in college studying theater. It's a fantastic thing to do as a student, and I'm just so excited that it's happening.
I've had the opportunity of hearing many of your stories about your experiences with the original summer theater program, and I have an idea. Why don't you take this video and share it either on your Facebook or Twitter account, and just underneath in the comments section, write your favorite memory of the summer theater program and why you're excited to see its return. I look forward to hearing all your stories, and stay tuned for our next podcast when we talk with the technical crew about what it takes to put together 2 shows that run and rep in this wonderful black box theater. Thank you, and don't forget to get your tickets. See you soon.